Hello, guys, and welcome back. And it's now day 6, and we're starting to have some fun here on the server. So, welcome back, Suicide. I think in a few minutes, like 8 minutes or so, we're gonna do some defending. Um, like, there is people from the stream, you know, playing on the server, and these guys have been on their own soloing and attacking people. This guy almost dead. He's trying to survive, but he's having a fight with him, and he sent his hammer from his spawn with catapults and all kinds of stuff. So we just sneaky invited him into the alliance, and we just sent whatever def we had on the account over and the hero, and he's upgrading the wall and doing what he can, and we'll probably not kill his entire hammer, but we'll see what happens. So it's good to kill people around the area however way is possible. I'm not even sure where his main hammer is, but I think it's up here somewhere. So yeah, no, that's not him. I don't know, doesn't matter. But there was some decent travel time involved, and so we could place everything from spawn, but that was not even an issue. You know, we have our Tias up, so travel time is fairly decent. Right now we're also running, like, spawn is done, cab is at 11. Got that hero mansion to 15, so we took that second Oasis, so now we got 2 of them. So nice production here at around 50k. And then we have our spawn, that our third village that we've been boosting up mainly. So we can just do that, and then it's done. Pretty much. Like, we're just gonna leave the bakery here at 3 for the time being, and to be able to get, like, we were thinking we'll just take those 400 hero experience. So right now we're just missing a small party, so we're gonna put on a small party here, and then 2 bigs here in spawn and in capital, and then we can pretty much settle, no problem. Hey Mashari. Oh, you came from YouTube. Perfect. Like, it's better if people from YouTube come to Twitch. You know, it's more cozy, and you know, but it depends on your time frame of day, and you know, I'm not streaming 24/7, so so people who are not in my time zone, they can enjoy the YouTube content. But good to see you here. Um, yeah, I think we're just gonna put on a few just to keep that queue extended and nice. You know, we are running stable level 20. Gonna get this up to 10, put on the party, and then we can start working on the barrack, because people will be fighting, and people on the server are starting to have some catapults and stuff, and we should prepare some defense for, we might get attacked in, like, I don't know, 17 hours or so. So we really need some defense out, and I think we'll also, I've been simming a little bit on the barrack, so, but getting that up so we can pump some units, maybe push it to 16 or something, and then just casually make some more defense could be good. We did catch some animals, but that was mainly to be able to take some of the harder Oasis for the other towns. Let me just check here. Hero is in strength. Currently, like, def bonus is also nice to convert the hero to, but in this instance, with our low amount of defense, it's better to just have him in strength. Then we also don't waste the book. So hopefully we'll see a good fight. Let's see, hero's not hitting anything, so no reasons to gain from there. Let's see. I should just complete this. Then we also get the reward. Let's see, yeah. Boom. And then hero might get level up in case, or unless he dies. So But let's just dump these resources in here straight away, just so we're able to keep simming here. How often do you send farm list? Like, currently we're still running around those 10 minutes. Like, we're not overdoing it. Like, as you can see, we're not that high in the top 10 either. Like, so it's just casual rating. I think actually when we send all the lists here, currently we sent 350, 400 TTs every time we sent that list. I also added another big guy to the list. This kind of changes a lot. But currently he's a decent farm. I'm not sure. I think Summer put those 63 in, but that's probably because of how we scouted it, because of it having a lot of defense buildings. But I'll scout it again now, and then maybe we can adjust. But yeah, roughly it's around 300 every time we send out, so we do that every 10-15 minutes. Like, it's pretty casual, man. So, and that's pretty much the time frame we've been running on since the beginning. 12:31 there, so yeah, 7 minutes ish currently on the timer, so a few minutes and we can send it. So I'm also just looking how many TTs do we have home. Do we have above 300? Okay, then I click the list. Kind of, you know, it's also a nice indicator. But I hope the sound is good, guys. We've also, yesterday, a lot of people from the stream helped out, and we make some different banners and starting and ending screens, and hopefully the picture is a little bit better and the audio as well. So more enjoyment for you guys. Perfect, Kramer. Perfect. Sounds good. So again, still just casually waiting to reach those 300, and then we'll be in a fight in in like a minute. Then we'll lose all our phalanx and we can start from scratch. You know, I've told you guys you should just dodge everything in the beginning, and really you should. Defending now might cost us all our phalanx, so, you know, that's not the best. But at least the dude promised that if anything survived, he would counter it with his army. Now when he get hit, so that's up to him timing, you know, and finding the travel time. Should be easy enough, I guess, unless he has map on. No, he has a Natter horn, so, but he might do some damage here. He also has short bow of the marksman, so let's see what happens. Hero got leveled up at least, and he didn't die, so let's see. Well, let's see what happened. Oh, yeah. Almost cost all our phalanx, but you know, whatever. Wall was decently upgraded, and as you can see, he could just have built a stonemason, and he wouldn't have been able to do any damage. At all, to be honest. So it's a kind of pointless defending, but you know, what don't you do to just you know, get defender of the week? so besides, now we got some extra production in the capital, you know, so, you know, I don't know, some sort of value trading. We also got like a full level on the hero almost. Jesus, Mamdo, are you planning on playing the X10? Yes, we are talking about it excessively. If we're gonna do it, I think we might. But I don't know, Summer keeps fucking adding gold to this account. So right now, I'm like, I feel like I only play one server at a time regularly. So, you know, just not to overdo it. So I don't know. We might just chill on this one and maybe play on that gold for the end of the server. I don't know, but I should also be adding gold, so I don't know what the plan is. But we could chill and, you know, not sim too hard on this one and then dedicate on the other server, because it seems like a lot of you guys wants to start with us and have fun on a server. And what we could do is, start on X10 and then everybody just goes to boonies, and then we just find a super nice spot out here in the middle of nowhere, and then everybody can just settle around, and then we're just going to be simming on the X10 and chilling, and then maybe this server is more dedicated to fighting and killing and showing some, I don't know, some gameplay, as how to do stuff. And this is not how to do stuff, but we got a trade, so he got killed. All good. And now we can send the farm list, so I'm not, now it's like 11 minutes, but I think when I send here, we're gonna be able to, it took the entire list. Like, even though we had like 350 TTs home, like everything got sent. So, but again, some of the farms here are a bit far away, or not necessarily far away, but at 60 fields. So it's better to send it more frequently, so we don't get that additional travel time. Usually, like, it would cut off here, so we hit everything within 40 fields. That is probably the better thing to do to optimize those rating intervals. But yeah, we killed some stuff. Let's put that report in. Is it this hotkey? Yeah. But yeah, no idea what the wall level was, but maybe this shows. No, not at all. Due, and then let's check for screenshots, and we can take this one and drop into reports. Boom. And now the guy wants to pay us back in resources for defending him. So, it's a give and take thing. So, but yeah, I kind of started the stream a bit early today. So it'll be a little bit of Travian. Maybe I'll play some HOTS or something. I don't know. I just wanted them some nice report here. And yeah, it'll be an hour before this updates, and we'll claim rank 1. But nice of you guys to stop by already today, and yep, everyone. So, but yeah, we've just been like all day yesterday, just pretty much boosting the new supporter. Again, got those fields to 11. And then I would suggest this on either account you're playing, get that granary to level 20 at some point, when like we did it when we were kind of maxing out on the 1 hour production. Then we got that to 20, and then I like simming all these baby granaries. We're gonna be needing 7 warehouses, I think, overall, and we have space for that. Currently we have all the buildings we need. We just need that trade office up, maybe a stonemason at some point or whatever, but it's nice getting that capacity up and just slowly sim on it, so you don't waste a lot of gold boosting up these levels, so you can just sit and prepare your capital. I like doing that. But again, yeah, right now we're working, should be working on these town halls. They'll probably be up later in the evening. And then this one, again, we're just gonna do one small party here, but that's just to do the quest here. And then after that, we can do, I think I'll just wait 20 minutes and then we can build level 10, auto-complete that, and then work on the town hall. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. You guys see. Starts paying back. Okay. Sweet. So, but all good. It was also nice just killing that guy. Like, you know, they do have defensive value, so it's also hard to counter mercenaries, to be honest. I think aren't they worse on attack, or is it just the same power? Yeah, 35, and then they have 40 and 30 on defense, right? So it's actually best to kill all. Like the whole army was mainly mercenaries, so it was actually the better trade instead of countering this. Hey, size. Hi, size square. Well, thanks for dropping in. You know, follow, subscribe, do what you like, and it's good to hear that you like the content. Let's see. Yeah, we should just keep simming there again. Now we have these resources coming in. I think I'll just spend what's there on the queues here. Let's just now. I feel like keeping the phalanx queues running today. Under pressure. Doom, 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 doom. Oh yeah, you saw some crocs there. Like, we actually got a very nice pickup here yesterday. Yeah, it doesn't show as any reports, but there were like 37 crocs and 9 tigers and then 42 or something of the snakes. And usually there are rats and spiders too and stuff like that. So actually claiming that provides a huge defensive bonus. These crocs and tigers are insane. So, or at least the crocs mainly. So really good if you can find some of them. And again, if you need to pick up additional rats and spiders and stuff like that on top of it, it lowers the value that you get from the units. So so only having to pick up snakes at the same time was a good trade. So I bought a few cages and just to clear it down, then we didn't lose that many ointments either. And Summer bought some ointments through the night cheaply, and artworks and as well. And then she bought the bow I requested her to buy. So now we have that. We didn't have any phalanx spear now for the fight, but it's fine. Yeah, let's look at the overview data, guys. Let's see. I'll just, yeah, okay. We'll have to wait some minutes there, anyways. So, but yeah, overview wise, we just lost most of our phalanx, right? So we dropped from like 650 to 200, but we can easily rebuild that. Again, since yesterday, stable has been 20, so we're really pumping out TTs in the spawn. So just keeps improving our rating. Hi Bjagade, what's up? No, a friend got attacked. Like this guy next to us, he's just been fighting people in the area. He built early game catapults and I've just been trashing, like this one for example. So he got pissed and sent his spawn hammer. So we just invited him into the alliance, and then we took a fight. So again, decent trade, guys. So, and again, freeze up some crop right now so we can sim some more. Yeah. So I showed it again. Sorry, guys. It went a little fast sometimes. So not the best trade at all, right? But with a decent wall in the early game and just getting rid of this is pretty nice. So now he might even become a nice, decent farm. Like again, 422 pup. So we should totally scout him later on, and at least we can hit him, or the other guy can start raiding him. So you know, taking some fights, it's fine. So we also are gonna get top 10 when it resets. Then we're gonna be rank 1 in defenders. So we're here for fighting. But again, would be better to dodge and have a stonemason, because 5 catapults doesn't do anything at all. So traps, well, it wasn't I was defending over here, and oh yeah, he's Gaul too. Yeah, he could have made traps, but yeah, it doesn't matter, because when it, like, then you have to buy first the building to build the trapper, and then you need to invest and build the traps, and it's units you can't move anywhere, you can't do anything with it. Yes, it would have been improved, but oh, thanks for subscribing, my man. So I wouldn't recommend trappers. Like, just having units to do the trade is good. You also have to consider that you need to kill the units for your hero to benefit from killing them. So if you trap them, then you don't get to kill them and you don't get the XP. So there's vice versa elements to it, if you should build traps or not. So, and again, they are dedicated offense, so I don't mind as long as they build up the wall. So yeah, I feel you. Traps are useless late game. Like, the only reason to build traps is for population in the end of the whole server. Oh shit. But yeah, so 11 minutes went by, and then we can send the list, and then we managed to send everything, right? So I like it. We're just chilling. Got some good farms around, so it's all good. What do we got? We got town hall working on there. We could extend the TTQ. Like, we're just starting to get a lot of resources here. Have you ever come across big zoo villages, like with thousands of animals? Yes, we've also built them ourselves. Like, it's kind of nice, and we should have it in our capital. But whatever. Like, this guy's gonna attack at some point. But again, it's better to get defense out, because maybe we need to def page, maybe we need to def us. We don't really know. So, but yeah, it could be better with a bit more Sue wall. Problem is also, like, there's a gold promotion today, and stuff on auction house was already expensive. But right now it's not expensive. Holy shit! Let's buy some stuff, guys. But usually, like, the prices have been very high. But now, when gold promotion comes out, then prices usually spike even more. So. Oh, we already getting outbid. Wow, that was fast. As you can see, we also went down a little bit on our adventures. Summer converted the hero to resources in the night, and took a few Oasis. Like, we agreed on that. There might be some good stuff in between, but let's look at it. I don't think we really got. Yeah, we got an artwork, and otherwise just tons of resources, and again a useless pouch of the thief. So yeah, decent to go for those adventures. Also gave us a few ointments for the collection. So you only train TT and Phalanx now? At what point would you start doing Swordsman? Alright. Thing is, we're just making TTs in the spawn and Phalanx. And then it's gonna be a death town, and then we'll harass people with the TTs just for shits and giggles. Here at the capital, we're gonna... Right now, we're just only making units to defend ourselves with. I think maybe the next town we will settle, or the town after that, kind of dependent on Oasis and stuff. Maybe we could. One, two, three. And we could settle this as a supporter and get two 50% for that. But otherwise, we're gonna plan on placing a off town here, and then we can hit all croppers in the region around it with a decent travel time and help clear everything out, and then simply do an early hammer. But right now we're still working on fields and all that other stuff, so more units will come later on. Okay. Okay, let's see. Suicide, okay. A big Sue wall from another server. Anyways, guys, like, big Sue wall. Cost a whole hammer. But again, why no defense behind it? Like, but as you can see, like, he's also trying to even out the collection more or less. Like, again, high crop count, tigers. He also took a fair bit of wood oasis. So, but again, that kind of keeps the rat and snake count a little lower if you try and even it out when you collect your animals. So, I don't think somebody was following. Thanks for following, Lando. Nice to have you here. What are we doing right now? Oh, did he return our units? Yeah, he did. But I think he's returned them collectively. Or is that just me? Yeah, yeah, he returned them together. Never do that. Always split the hero from the units unless he can run back with the horses. But you know, it doesn't matter right now. But if it was longer travel times, it would be annoying. Yeah, you can lurk all you want, Christian. No worries. No pressure, no stress. I'll also be on and off, I think. Just chilling. Let's see, 12:54, so 4 minutes or so, we can send the raid list again. And then we can fix this too, and we can we discussed extending the capital production there just a little bit, just to keep it going the next few hours. Gonna work on that town hall, you know. So, but cool. Yeah, so I think I'll only have something to do in like 5 minutes, so I'll go on a short break, as you can see now, guys, with the new setup we have. So I will be right back. You guys can view a little bit here on the top 10, and we can wait for being famous here. So, and hey, Grandmeisters, when do you make your second village as capital? What is the process of development when you settle second village? I would recommend you go on the YouTube channel, man. The different days from my streaming is there, so you can just go into day 2 and watch the stream there, and then you can see how we developed. But again, it's just resource orientated mainly, and then we did a lot of phalanx reading. But that's just to get that free defense that we could use now. So yeah, be right back, guys. Hello, guys, and I'm back. So, I just had to get some coffee too. Oh, there's an issue with my video quality on YouTube. You know, maybe if you're watching some of the older ones, Mr. It's simply because I was on another laptop. Like I was gaming on a Mac, and now I bought a new PC and stuff just to improve things and the gaming. So that might be the issue. If you're having issues with the quality at only 360, it's this series. Okay. I'll look into that, but that might also be something to do with the upload. Um, that YouTube processes the video. So first of all, it will be available in 360, and then they will slowly upgrade the quality on it. But yeah, I'll look into it. Thanks, mate. If it's a sensitive topic, how much gold would you spend per round? That really varies, man, depending on what you want to achieve and whatnot. We did the biggest Egyptian ever sim account. That cost us around 60,000 gold. But you can see that in one of the last videos, I think, from that server. But otherwise, you can do it a lot cheaper and just hang around and chill. I would say 20,000 gold and you have a huge, nice account. No worries. But you can also build a huge, nice account for way less, more like 10,000 gold. But again, Travian is about what's your time investment, what is your gold investment, and what is your skill level. Those are the factors mainly. And then you can kind of adjust it. You want to use less time, then you use more gold. Yeah. Okay, size square. But yeah, otherwise you can always adjust your own. Like it's, it always on YouTube it picks your quality based on your internet speed. So we'll see. I think this is the best place to talk about gold. No one is hiding how much gold is used. Yeah, some people don't want to tell how much they actually spend in the game. Yeah. People keep it very secret because it's an annoyingly expensive game. It's very nice to have a sugar daddy. I usually have that. I don't like spending that much money, but I put in what is normal. But for me, it's I would love to buy a game. When I buy a game on Steam or whatever, it's like okay, 300 or 200 to 600 kronas, or so. Sorry, what's that in 10 to 100 euro, right? So that's fair, but when it comes to Travian, the cost is a lot higher. And I would say for us right now we spent, I think we spent 3,300 that Summer put on, and then the starting gold pretty much that I put on, which was 1,600. So we spent around 5,000, but we've also bought a lot of stuff in the auction house. Again, you've seen my NPC rates on the TTs and auto completions here in the early game, which we're still doing here for the supporters to complete that economy. That has a high impact on the gold consumption, but we are far from the ones who has spent the most gold on this server. Again, we see a lot of people bidding on stuff. Maybe I should just hit this even though it has 3 elephants. How much health would we lose? That's a fine trade. Where was it? This one, right? Yeah. So yeah, back to grinding with the hero. He's still in strength, right? Yeah. And again, almost reset on the health. So now we're just gonna grind him down. But yeah, we're far from the ones who burn the most gold. Take, for example, any of these top players with the most towns and stuff like that. They are simming a lot, which is burning a lot of gold. and so that definitely heightens the amount of gold that you're spending. NPC rates are fairly low still for people, but then do that and then be buying ointments and books and whatever you need here at a high cost. Also, people have been spending a lot on weaponry and so forth. We have tried to keep our costs down. We can see also now we got a few cages, but maybe we should bet a little on a few of them again. Yeah. What if we do no? We'll try and sneak this stuff. But again, you easily get poor being in here in the auction houses. And again, the prices are a little crazy right now. I wish Travian would just push out more stuff on their own. Just so things in general could become a little cheaper. But let's try and get a lot of cages here. Yeah, only 15 for now. And then we wanted to complete that academy, and then we could build the town hall. And then we just complete that, and then we put on the party real quick. Boom. We can easily take this one without maxing out. And we get those. Woo! That was close, guys. But we're not picking that 400 XP yet, right? Now we're gonna grind him down on the health, and then we'll take it. We still have like 2 hours left before the daily reset. So let's get that hero running around. Like we can just grind him down on the close by stuff, right? We can just hit these. I don't think there's that much more other goodies around. This is probably better to hit simply lower amount of bears and tigers. But again, as you can see, everything is just grinded down. Like not even any of the wood oasis. Everybody is raiding everything all the time, which is a little annoying. Could also grind into that. Yeah, it's not that close, but yeah. We'll see. I think I'll just grind all the crop oasis just to reset him again. And then we get some nice resources super fast. So this is done. Production wise too, we could just excessively do the bakery, but it's not really necessary. I think the best is just to start simming the residents, to be honest. And then maybe on the marketplace as well, just so it can move some resources into the cropper, and then we could do fields to 12 here. That would be very nice to get up. But yes, suicide, that's the thing. It's a hobby. It's something you spend a lot of time with and on. And in that regard, it's like we've always said that, like, is that the cost of it? You know, I think objectively with an evened out gold consumption, I calculated it to that I would spend 25 kroners a day, and that's what that's €3 a day. So looking at that, I'm like, you know, for your hobby, spending 25 or €3, that seems fairly appropriate to some extent. But I do wish gold was cheaper. or at least that they raise the capacity of warehouses so the NPC rates would get lowered. I would love that. And then they can keep the gold at the current level. Like they already put down the cost of gold like a year ago, right? But I still feel it's a little excessive. Oh, I gotta be careful about picking that. So now the timer is at 8 minutes. So we'll wait a little bit on sending that farm list. So again, okay, Nick pushed the main building to 15, so let's just keep simming that residence. But again, two big parties, and we can easily settle. So that's the plan right now, slow and steady, and I think it'll be a while before the residence is up, as well as the settlers. That'll be like, yeah, a lot of hours, so it'll be done in the evening, and then we can sit and sim on that. So I'm actually gonna extend, continuously on these barracks, simply because we're not that much in a hurry. Alternatively, this would go into fields here in the capital, but again, slow and steady right now, guys. Slow and steady. No reason to burn gold that intensively. We could boost from here to cap, but I'll prefer having this as its full own entity right now. What do you think about Oasis farming? I tried it as a Roman, sending 50 to far away clay and iron. I made an average 50-70% despite the expensive units accounting in the passive production. Yeah, compared to your losses, your rating was still better. I don't know, man. I think it's worth it micro rating them. I would say, I don't know. I just don't like losing units. But you could, like the Rainbow Hammer, where you don't lose anything when you're playing Huns. That totally makes sense. Micro rating on Oasis. But I don't know. Maybe I think if I was playing Roman, I would probably be hitting big hits on the Oasis. Like, that would also make it simpler. And even though you're offline for a long time, then you get a big raid every time, and your losses are a bit lower. But I don't know. I had like 5 farm lists with 500, sending 2-3 different each day. Every farm list gives me 1 million. Yeah, again, it's not bad. But I don't know, how was your losses? Like, you keep losing units, right? So do you, like, again, the good thing about it is that you can convert those units and those resources into building other stuff on your account. But if it's a real hammer that you're trying to build, then losing all your units, or 50% of them, through the entire day's rating, I'm like, that's not a good trade. But if it's just a satellite, for example, where you place it far away from your normal cluster and then you just sit and spam and raid, then you can take the entire production and income from that town. Then you can say, let's say, okay, we settle here, we're close by to these oases to start with, we can raid that with the hero in the beginning, then we start getting EIs. The town gets built up, it has the full production, and when it has the full production, it can keep building EIs all day, every day. And then if you just run this farm list on all these oases and continuously rate that, then everything that also gets rated behind the oasis that are, building up with resources, you get that into the town plus its production and keeps the EI going all day, every day. Now you also have hospitals, so you can build some of those lost units. That's kind of hard if you only lose 1 EI at a time, right? Then it doesn't go into the hospitals, and you can't utilize that. But if the losses are bigger, you could. But again, let's just say you just keep your standard stable production going at 20, and you just keep raiding, so you don't run out of EIs. They just keep remaking, but all those resources that goes into the hero inventory, sorry, you can utilize that on building anything else on your account, and that's a pretty good trade. So are you building a hammer? Then don't hit the Oasis all the time. Just stick to some big hits and send the hero along or something. But if it's just a random feeder and you just want that extra income, then sure, go for it. Shit. I gotta be careful. Don't want to click it. So I hope that answers your questions, Mr. Yeno. There is ups and downs to it, but again, but that's also activity dependent. Because if you have 50 set on those towns and then you don't rate them for 12 hours, then you're gonna hit a lot of animals and you'll lose, 1/3 of your horses. What ranks the hero with the free 1k XP? It must be up there. Yeah, I guess that kind of boosted us up. Let's see. I think we went from rank 5 to 4. So again, we're just like, these are just animal grinders, right? But we're up there. That's fine. All good. Let's check the general stats. We forgot to do that earlier. We're population 10 now. Again, just simming, getting production up, and that gets us high in population already. Resource rank, we're 5 now. So pretty good considering Egypt's on the server and whatnot. So far, we're 5. So yeah, production and rating we got going on, and that gets us to 5. So yeah. Could be better. Offensive wise, again, we're just spamming those TTs, so now we're up to 14. And defensive wise, I think we were rank, I don't know, 10, 12 or something. And then we lost all the phalanx. So there's not a lot of defense on the server, to be honest. We're 47 with 200 phalanx. But there's the defensive values in the TTs, of course. But we kind of dropped there. And CP wise, we're generating 21 per day just passively, and then overall we're 83. So again, imagine us later on, yeah, completing those 2 big parties. Then we are, and we're gonna be high up here. Then we're like top 10 or something, I guess. We'll see. Hero hasn't hit yet. Slow bastard. Feel like I should invest this, but there's no reason to invest it fast. Like, as long as I can just manually put it on. What's the cost of it? Oh, I could easily put on 20 TTs here. And again, we're still not making upgrades. I think, no, we're just, again, we're not hitting anything, we're not cleaning anything, we're just micro rating and then finding what else is there. We can put on a field here soon. I think I'll transfer a little bit of resources from here. We don't have anything else coming in here now. We got that little boost earlier. Oh, Jesus. Shouldn't click it. And welcome to the stream, Kobe. Nice to have you back. Good afternoon in the afternoon. And yes, I'll restate what a satellite is, but a satellite is just... Let's see if we can make an example, because... Hang on. Was it this guy? I think he made a satellite. I might be wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. But a satellite, let's still take him as an example, because he's in gray zone. And there's a lot of fighting with people from spawn, sending in, cleaning Oasis. You might not get that much from it. And then what you do is you go like, holy shit, there's a nice area over here. I could also just be settled here and then be like, oh, well, there's a lot better Oasis over here or something like that. Also, when Mr. was asking about the Oasis farming, because then you build a satellite. A satellite is just, you have Earth, you have your main cluster, and then you have a satellite over here just, swirling around, or a burning rocket that was supposed to launch for Mars the other day that we were streaming to. That dropped from the sky, so you might lose your satellite at some point. But satellite is just something that is further away from your main cluster, and that gives you the ability to raid the Oasis nearby with the hero, or in some cases start making units and then raiding a lot more. So that's just a satellite, a village further off for the economic gain from raiding animals. And then there's different other types of settlements. That's a satellite. It's not aggressive. It's just for you and your income. But let's say where do we have the capital? Here, right? So we're here. We all have some other defenders and whatnot. Let's say we have this guy. He's building up there. We want to lower our travel time with hammers and whatnot. Then you can do the classical forward. It's not a satellite because it's just out there in the middle of nowhere, but a forward is right next to an enemy, and then you boost up a hammer or whatnot. So there are these different variations of settlements you can do. But okay, Kobe, you got it all that you needed. But yeah, you have a forward for that. It can also be a forward for, let's say, we want to fake eyes, where we send 100,000 clubs and then 300 katas, so it looks like it's just a standard shitty fake. Then what you could do is you could forward a little forward town where you then boost up a treasury or whatnot, and then you have somebody else running over with their hero and collecting, but then you use your hero here to follow up super fast on the eyes when your fake hammer hits. That's also just a forward, but there are different use cases for settling in different ways. There could be used for chat commands for different terms, like satellite will give you short but easy explanation that directly from bot. That is actually a brilliant idea, Suicides. I like that. And yeah, Bamba, you're so far out, you can be your satellite. No, but I noticed your area. It was quite nice. It had a lot of... let me just play for a second. Did you? No, you never even joined the... Oh yeah, you couldn't join the alliance. Anyways, can't remember your name. Anyways. But yeah, no, you're not a satellite per se. I don't know how the Oasis is around your area, but that's not really how it works, right? But we looked around and there wasn't really any nice satellite areas in our region. Like, you really want a huge cluster of clays and irons for it to pay off. But again, if you're just in the boonies and you have nothing to do, then it's very nice for your economic growth. But yeah, I can't really find any super sweet spots. This is starting to look like something that's highly interesting. I don't know, place it here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 10 clays and irons just within the closest vicinity, and then you even have more here and some nice woods and stuff like that. So this is a very great offset, so to speak. Yeah, okay. I was like, oh, this area is super barren, but no. Then you have a lot of bigger oases up here. So early game wise, it's not the best oasis to hit, but it's some additional stuff over here as well. Some irons here. So you send the hero over there, cleans that for the next 6 hours or 12 or whatever, and then you rotate him back to the capital, where the capital has been, you know, revigorated the animals in the close by vicinity. So that's kind of how you want to shuffle through it all the time. I wonder if we can send... No. People are just cleaning everything. So there is no much point in sending hero back to spawn. Like, I see one Oasis so far. Rest is just constantly cleaned. Yeah, there's a little in this one, but some crocs, you know, and this one could be nice. This one too. That one could be hit. This one is not that nice because high amount of bears compared to boars. There's some iron Oasis here. That would be a little here and there. But again, your town, if it's in outback, out in the countryside, then nobody else is just constantly cleaning it. So you have it all by yourself. TT count is up to 700 in spawn. So again, we're just running with that stable 20, pumping. So just keeps improving our rating. Capital area is, we still got nothing really. We just kind of stopped there, focused on simming, and then it's just casually rating some of the nearby stuff. No, I shouldn't hit that. Nah, people have more army than we do, especially people with Steb. I think people out with Steb is around 2,000 to 3,000, to be honest. But again, depends on their losses. Rating Oasis. But we're just micro chill rating, and still enough for the top 10, right? Oh, we're actually falling down a little bit, but again, we just have one town rating, and I'm slow rating at an interval of 10 minutes or 12. So this was the thing. So I actually think we can lower this to 25 TTs, and no, we still get losses. Damn. 30? 50? Oh my god, that's why it's set to 64 or 63 or whatever it was. But we don't have losses on it right now. Yeah, we're sending 63 and not having losses. But the upgrades are still non-existent. I don't know. This is weird, you guys, but I'll leave it as is right now. Can you show step stats from stable? Is it because set to attack, not raid? No, it should still provide the same value. I'm fairly sure. Let's see if yeah. I feel like spending down. I don't want to overflow. These unfortunately takes a long time to build. And then we'll just wait on putting the 9th over, and then we just need 150,000 resources or so, 100,000 for the party, and then 50,000 for the level 10, I think. So we're almost there. Then that is done, and it can focus on building phalanx as well. I should also just extend here, just for the easiness in it. Well, Bamba, there's a promotion right now. So, I don't know. Summer couldn't help herself, so she already put on gold 2 times. Like, she put on this morning before the gold sale, and then she put on again now. So I think she's indicating to me that I should put on gold as well. But yeah, no stress. Yeah, Bamba, you're welcome to move over to us. That's fine. Just let us know if you need help finding the location to settle. But yeah, you can still build your capital over there where you had some nice oasis, and then build some horses from there you can easily send to us. Otherwise, you can just, yeah, slaves too. Otherwise, we'll just take some perm def from you at some point, and oh yeah, we're down here. But yeah, otherwise you can just settle something in the closer vicinity. Can't really take any oasis though, but you can be closer if you want to our hearts. Yeah. So again, kind of slow simming the big stuff again, guys. And then just waiting for NPCs, and so as you can feel, maybe, or like, our gold consumption right now is not necessarily that high. Again, sure, I just NPC'd here to finish down there, but that was to prevent overflow, so it's just a natural thing to do. Oh yeah, top 10 updated, so top 10 defender, eller top 1 defender, guys. Just for the lulz. We're gonna drop out of top 1 defender, all the way out of top 10 before the week is over. This is usually how it goes for us, at least. But again, if this guy decides to start attacking us, he comes out of BP in the morning in 14 hours or so. So if he has something that he just smacks into our capital, then yeah, we'll get some more death points, but otherwise I expect us to be falling out of top 10. Yeah. And then, I don't know, is Paige, is he having let me just... Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. As you can see, Paige, he has 500 Praetorians in his spawn, and almost 200 at the cap. So he's just building them slow and steady here, keeping the production running. So we can easily take like the spawn ones and send to the capital, and then we have some extra defense. Maybe some of you guys have some extra defense. So it'll be you guys getting up in the top 10. And then we'll stack up a little bit as well. So, but that's why we're here, guys. We're here to fight for the right to party. Oh no, Mustafa's riding me. That's not good. Yeah, we should just keep simming here. Oh dear lord. Now he's asking me, will we, like, the Stung Alliance is organizing a trivia night tonight to celebrate their win on the server they're playing. I think, and then he's asking me if I want to join them. I'm like, a trivia night about a server with questions about that server that I really haven't played. I've just been stalking their alliance Discord. I'm like, Sure, I could join. But kind of pointless. Sure, I guess. I won't be able to answer a single question though. uh, but free content, you know, who doesn't want that? Sure, Bamba. Go for that permadeath. But I won't take your horses as permadeath. Just say it. So Kobe's asking, what is the ratio usually between off and def players that is optimal for an ally on pro level? That's a good question, but yeah, I'm speechless, man. Probably 50-50. And that's due to the fact that you do need to have some big World Wonder hammers and off hammers as well. But maybe you should look at it a little. I would say it's probably different. Like it should be like defense wins you the game. So the best you can do is have a lot of def players. I would say for each off account, you should at least have 2 or 3 defenders. Like that's at the ground level. Like I prefer having, if I'm running a full off account, than having 2 perm defers, and that's even not enough if everybody gets attacked and everybody's, you know, faking well and stuff like that. So defense win the game also in regards to VV in the end. And again, just because you're an off account doesn't mean you shouldn't be building defense. So it's yeah, it's a little hard to narrow down per se. But being off or def players together, so 1/3 offense, 2/3 defense. Like if you want to be safe and, you know, and work together and defend all people attacking you and so forth, like that's more important than building hammers, I would say. Like if you can build so much defense that the enemy can't touch your VV, then sure, you win. I'm like, but yeah. Oh, but yeah, sorry, I'm chatting with Mustafa. He's like going full retirement mode. He had a really, like, he played another server where he's supposed to not be alliance leader, and then, you know, you end up having to do so much stuff, and it takes a lot of time, and it can be very hard to juggle playing this game. So I think he's kind of burned out. So I asked him if he was gonna play the X10, but doesn't look like it. But you heard it here first. He's not gonna tell anybody else until after VV is 99. So, but that's how it goes. I think it's because it's not the same player. Like one of them has a space or something, or this is not an I. It's what's this called? This one. So it's not an I. This is an I too, like this. But you know they look similar, but it's a different letter altogether, or symbol. Let's just fix that raid list. So that's why I'm fairly sure it's two different people. So it's just one is top G and the other is top G as well. Yeah. So two different players just trolling each other. I think you can see it here. You see the I on one side. It doesn't have, like here it has this Sanskrit to it, and then over here it doesn't. So it might even be a 1 or something. I don't know what this is, but that's why they're... Yeah. So just name trolling. Let's see. Residence. Still chilling at town hall. And we're missing 30,000 to get it done. And then the big party. Horse is still decently growing. When is Hero home? 10 minutes, 11 minutes. We just got a bunch of resources there. Should just chill invested in here. Like our main priority is getting that residence simmed up, right? Could drop the crop in here. Yeah. And there. Good question, Kobe. I honestly don't know. Like Romans in the early game are a bit challenging. due to the fact that their units are more expensive, and their settlers are more expensive as well, as far as I recall. Like, I don't play them that much. So let's just take a quick look. Like, Gaul settlers. What's that? Oh, I think that's those. They're just supposed to cost 20,000 or so. Oh, but the settlers here are 8,800, 13,000, 14,600. 18,800. Or did they even out the costs? Yeah, so 19,000 for a Roman settler. Gaul settlers are 18,000. So you would have to pay 1,000 extra resources for the Roman settlers. So that's also a little bit of a challenge. That might easily take you like half an hour more in production and income. But again, the Roman hero is a bit more powerful, so he hits a bit harder and gives some more resources, survives longer in the early game, and so forth. So there's definitely some advantages to that, but otherwise I wouldn't do it much more differently than I played the Gaul opening here. Like, I would still research horses and get the EIs, and then get 20 EIs instead of TTs, and then just raid with those. And then I would probably focus more on legionnaires for raiding, both in the spawn and in the cap area. And the cap area I would still go, I think if I went boonies, I would go pure horses, just because they're so nice for also cleaning Oasis and stuff. So, and then I would run like maybe 1,000 legionnaires, and then start horses. And then if we're playing the same defensive version, then I would switch over and do Praetorians afterwards, and then you have a nice defensive bonus in the spawn. But otherwise, yeah, they're fairly similar, but they would require some different elements to work on for you. But otherwise, building crop fields and stuff in the spawn would be the same in the beginning, and then full on into raiding. Let's just send the damn list. I think now we're to 7 minutes. I should probably run those 7 minutes intervals instead of the 10 and 12 anyways. Are you saying different tribes have different kinds of heroes? Yes, Suicide. The Gaul hero has a faster base speed, so while he's mounted, he's a lot faster than the other races. And the Roman hero has more fighting strength. Like, he gets a bigger bonus, so he's more like 10,000 in fighting strength when he's 100. And then you have the Teuton hero, which is useless because it doesn't have any bonuses to it. The Egyptian hero gets more production compared to other races. I think they have 25% advantage in extra income on the hero. And then you have the Huns, which makes your hero able to move at the same travel time as other horses. So his base speed is the same as Teuton, I think. And then he can get boosted by either having a scout with him or a stepper or whatever other kind of horse that runs. Then he upgrades his speed to be at the same level as that cavalry unit. So those are the different differences between the heroes, between the races. Yeah, thanks for remembering, Kobe. So you will rely heavily on hero anointments. Well, you would do that on any race, man. Like, but again, leveling your hero here at the same time as his losing life, and I would say Romans are easier to balance the health until you get a reset from simming buildings and increasing your population and getting rewards. Then the Roman hero is actually the best in regards to not spending any ointments. Like the other day, Nick had the account for like almost 24 hours, I think, but for like 12 of them, he was just grinding and he didn't use a single ointment. He was just simming because of the third town. Like the sooner you get these extra towns, you get more task rewards. So simming super hard makes you able to just rebalance your hero life all the time. So instead of buying ointments, you just invest into buildings, and that gives the rewards necessary to keep leveling the hero. But again, that is fighting easier, better Oasis than that, for example. That's not good, right? You want that other good stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, guys. What else do we got here? Residents. Let's go. And we can just chill here with these. We could transfer a few resources over here, I guess, but with the current production, like in 40 minutes, we'll have more than enough for this next level. So we should actually mainly be careful not overflowing crop. So we could actually just send some of that to the capital. And we can't take that yet. We're gonna wait for the hero to be home. Maybe we should spend hero inventory resources for the time being on the spawn, just to help it get faster done here, so we can start units. Oh, I didn't expect you to play a Cropper, Bamba. Just chilling. No worries. Like, you can build a lot of defense just out of a normal town, so don't stress anything. Alright. Oh, was that? No. That was just the test rate from earlier. How's this looking? Yeah. It's a high investment in units into something we don't really necessarily gain something from. Like, it's good to hit once in a while, so maybe I'll just move it back to the test list. But we'll see. Yes, phone gaming. Chill. Hey, Matanel. Yeah, we're top defender. Let me see if I can find the report. Yeah, we just defended this guy over at one of the teammates. Like, it was a terrible trade, but or trade was fine, but we lost most of the units. But yeah, just killing 1,000 mercs. It gave a level to the hero, so all good. But I should actually move those reports. And then there was some kata waves, but no biggie. Then we can archive those bad boys.
hero should be home. Yep. So plan was just to grind him down, right, guys? I think this was the best, easiest one to hit first. And then he'll be back in a few minutes, and so will I. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I'll be on a short break, and I'll be back in just a jiffy. Hey guys, we went from a short break into a food break. So sorry, I'll be snacking a little bit. I realized I didn't really get any breakfast. So, gonna do the Danish way of doing råbrød. So, be right back. Hey guys, and I'm back, and I see you got the bromance going on. That is wonderful. So, oh, hero needs to go here, and we got the keyboard moved. I'm not farting. Let's see. We were gonna grind something close by again. Can we hit that? No problem. Or will he die? He probably dies. No. 4 HP left. Go, 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 go. And then after that, I might convert him and then do adventures. Nah, they are all spawn orientated. I could do this one, I guess. And then I could send him to spawn. Otherwise, that one was maybe useful, that one too. But they're far away, and that one too, right? But super far. Could be interesting. Interesting. But again, hard Oasis. Yeah. This one we could probably hit 2 times, but far. Oh, that's nice too. It has some wild boars in it. But again, they are far, and we don't have a TS. Ooh, this one's really sweet too. A low amount of bears. But we don't have that many books, to be honest. So I can't sit and switch on the hero skill points. But we'll send that. Oh, nice Bamba. Gotta get them farms, yeah. But again, we've kind of hit the sweet spot where we actually start getting resources. Like, you shouldn't do off bonus, doesn't provide enough value. It's better just to have that passive income. So the more we grind, the more, like, the perfect spot to be in would be to get both of them maxed out. So I think that will somewhat be the plan. So I think I'll just keep grinding with the hero. Right now we're just gonna get him all the way down in life. He might actually almost get an XP just from that, and then we have those 400 on top. That'll at least give him half the value, and then we just do a few big hits further away, and then he'll automatically level up again without any ointments. I'd actually prefer ads about dog food rather than cat food. I'm sorry, I have no control over what stuff gets put on the commercials. Maybe I could have if I had some interest in it. I don't know. But but yeah. Yeah, putting Travian ads. Yeah. So we're getting closer to those big parties, but they're quite expensive currently. But as soon as we get them going, it's not that much we have to invest into it. Well, that's kind of a lie. It is expensive, but it's only every, what, 24 hours almost. Faxacondi, yeah, I gotta get some sugar, get some energy. And yeah, Bamba speaking the truth. Alright, Hero got the health reset. We got him to 4 HP and then auto reset there. A lot of resources we can use. We thought about banking that up for the spawn, right? So it's easier to put on the party there. And then we can just grab those 400 Hero experience now. Ooh, I said we would get half. Well, now we need 1,000. But yeah, that's how it goes. But at least we get more production value. Nice. And we can sim some more. So honestly, guys, with the income here from the spawn, let's say 40k an hour plus this, so an hour it'll take us maybe 2 or 1.5, and then we have enough for that party in the spawn. I should probably put on some horses just to extend. Like, right now we're just staying above 1 hour just to make things run smooth and never run out. Let's just put a little bit phalanx on there. Travian ads within Travian. Yeah, that's not really gonna rebuild your audience. But I presume they run their own ads if they don't have anybody to sell the ad placement to. So that's also not just another job for them when they started running ads. 6-minute timer currently. But yeah, showing people what's up. Yeah, looking nice now with the Oasis overview. Are we able to regrow in defensive power? Yeah, I think it was also on 45 before, more or less. Up to 13 now, right? That has increased. Oh, Bamba, I don't have our CP count before we transition. It's more based on, is our production done? Are we maxed out? Then we do it. Hang on, just gonna send that hero. That was all the way down. Oh my god, that was nice, right? And then there was the one with the 100 over here, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll just grab that one. But yeah, 41 minutes, and then the return will take an hour. But yeah, so be it. It's just more income, right? How many CP you prefer to have before a big celebration? Bamba is asking. And yeah, again, we kind of like to get that production up, and then we just start the big ones. Like, there's no specific CP because the small ones, they're dependent on your population. Big ones, they're just dependent on the overall population of your, like, as you can see here, it's dependent on your town here. and the population in it before it reaches 250. But the big parties doesn't matter. They are based on your entire account population. So right now, when we're gonna put them on later, I think they give 1,000 each, no problem. I could be wrong, um, but again, you just need to do it depending on what is your culture point level at the moment. Again, now it makes sense putting on 2 parties. If it didn't, then yeah, it would be a little different. Was it an old or new server? I don't understand your question, Kobe. We'll get 700 or 750 more CP from it. So yes, it's always more valuable doing big parties. If somebody asked me if I bought some Faxikondi and then somebody asked me, do you want to buy more Faxikondi, I would say yes. Yeah, well, other people are more ahead of us. Timer is at 10 minutes, so let's bookie. Oh, what was the hardest server you played and when? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. It was probably back in the day when I was still learning the game and trying to be offense and not knowing to sim correctly and being like, everybody's like, yeah, troops are more important than population, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like struggling trying to keep your hammers running and then playing with a whole crew that knows everything. And you're just like trying to understand what's going on and help out. And yeah, it's. But those are way back in the day, the first, I don't know, 3.6 servers or something like that. There was also a higher skill cap, I would say, in regards to rating and all these aspects of the game. And there was also more players on the server, bigger hammer. The games and servers were longer, right? Now they're like 1/3 of what they used to be or something like that. So back in the day where things demanded some more, and also in the long run, they were a little bit harder. I don't know. Right now, I'm just more relaxed, and if I die, I die. Back in the day, you're a little bit more freaking out all the time. So now, when you know what's coming at you and when and how, and you can analyze things, it's more relaxed. So it was harder back in the day, I would say. I think also many of the good players have kind of stopped due to costs and life costs in regards to the game. So things, even out. Mm. Yeah, I don't mind that there are the raid lists, but back in the day, raid lists didn't even exist. Then you had to go into each report and resend and so forth, which also meant that you would get more resources compared to what you get now for your rating. So, there's ups and downs to everything, but no, being able to raid more easily is definitely a good thing. Like, again, I haven't really done anything on account the last hour or so, so it's nice that everything is a little bit more relaxed and you can do other things. Oh yeah, yeah, it was very nice when there was a lot of more players. You had quad wars, back in the day, you could also be attacking and fighting people even before artifacts came. Even then, artifacts didn't exist back then either, you know. So you had a lot more fighting going on in a server. These days it's just, okay, everybody go into this quad, and then people meta up, and then maybe they fight a little bit here and there, or shoot at a VV in the end, and then server is over. Especially X10. X10 is fucking brain dead. That's why I'm like, yeah, we could go on the X10 and it's a better speed for the stream and all that, but people are not very good on X10. On X10, people just enjoy having the ability to actually sim, you know, where you can build a field in 1 minute, and you know, you can just keep simming, and you know, don't have to use that much gold. But if people spend as much gold on an X10 as they do on X3s, then accounts on X10 should be way, 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 way bigger. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it's just, there's a big gap there. But I also miss the big servers. I like when the Corona crisis hit, then I kind of came back to the game. I was like, sure, like, we're gonna sit indoor, everybody, and what should we do? And then a lot of people thought, well, we could play some Travian, you know. So that was some good times. But again, then with the new farm list and micro hitting, people were raiding so much, so every time you hit whatever farm it was like you got one resource. One. And it was all the time. So that also becomes a little much, also with the smaller maps and stuff like that. So it's a game that's kind of hard to get balanced out naturally. And now we're still only, okay, we hit those 6k registered, but there's definitely not 6k players on the server. We're down to, yeah, 5,200. But that's still somewhat okay. Well, the New Year was an X5. That was pretty high skill still. But no, you should just play whatever makes you happy, man. I wouldn't recommend anything. Just whatever fits you. It's just X10 seems to be a little bit on the noob side. Like, there are no organized leaders and alliances there. It's just people there to have fun and chill, which is great. That's why I love X10 to some extent now. It's a lot more relaxed. All I'm saying is just people are chilling. People are not really building super duper accounts compared to what they could in that time frame. But again, who wants to burn? You know, I said you could build a massive account for 50,000 gold or something. But imagine spending that in a month on a X10. Going all balls out, like, that's maybe a little too much. So I like investing in the early game on X10, and then you can just try and slow sim everything and just chill. El Glory, when do you do a hardcore server with Ali and OPs? I don't know, we did previously, but I don't like streaming and doing alley ops. That's a little bad for the content, you know, for the stream sniping. So I don't like doing that much ops and stuff. But we could easily do something on that X10 if we want to, together, if we're gonna do it. How new thing is built in Wave Builder. All right. The new Wave Builder is actually amazing, and they have improved on the feature a lot. Actually, without even letting anybody know. That was the most crazy thing to me. But maybe no, I don't have a hammer right now, so I don't want to activate the Wave Builder. But in the beginning, you could only do, yeah, those 8 waves, and then their launch pattern would be a little broken and stuff like that. But now, for me at least, it's down to 4 on each second. But what I realize now is that you can actually build multiple tabs
with 8 waves. So setting it up correctly, you can manually fire and switch between your taps. You know, but just tap switch and then click. So you can easily do, you know, I set up usually on one of the other servers like 12 waves or something like that with 8 in each. That's around those 100 attacks. So good luck breaking that with wave breakers and whatnot. So I really enjoy the new wave builder. It's totally worth the money. It's a little sad that it's not just included in the gold club. Like, it's so stupid. You have to pay for it everywhere and stuff. But you know. So Challenger's writing, it's our first time playing Huns. Any tips on farming Oasis with horses using farm lists? Seems like no matter what we do, the gains barely exceed the losses and farming players seems more efficient. Right. That's what I've been highlighting when people have been asking what do you do with the Oasis farming here, and the best thing you can do if you just want to keep going in the direction you're doing Challenger is go rainbow raiding, and rainbow raiding consists of let me just show in the troops here with the Huns. What you do is you take and research Steppe, Marauder, Marksman, and Marauders, and then on each of the clay and iron oases and whatnot where you are, you just add one of each to the farm, and then you try and keep an interval of every 5 to 10 minutes where you hit or when you send the farm list. These combined, one of each has a very high damage value, like around 500 or something like that, probably more, and that makes you able to kill a lot of animals at the same time. So if you keep that up, you will never, like, they will have to kill all 3 horses at the same time, but rarely there will be enough units to do so. Like 5 rats can't kill 3 of them, right? So and then you can just click rating, and then you shouldn't lose that many units in general, and you'll get all the rating and you get all the kills and everything. So try and switch to rainbow hammer. That might help you if you're going to use that hammer. Otherwise, stick to micro rating, and then maybe just run around with 500, 1,000 horses or something, and do great trades, like hit something here and then you lose 1 step and then you get a bunch of resources. Like, I don't know if is that even possible to hit. Like if we say Hun and then let's say 500, and then you still lose 2, but at least that's 2,000, and then you get a gain of 6,000. But again, the rainbow rating micro intensively is a better offset for you. But it might cost you some investment into it to at least get the Marauders out too. But that's how some people do it. Yeah, I used to play offline mode and stuff like that too. Suicide, you know, just running offline mode in Firefox. But now with the wave builder and all its capabilities, it's so nice. It does what you want it to do. So I'll show you some stuff later on, I think, on the server. Would you mind letting us know if you're playing the X10? I would love to, but I haven't even spoken to Summer or Nick about it much, and like now Summer put on gold, and I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here, so I'll try and figure that out. Bamba, no, I haven't played any Spartans yet. Or I have, so to speak, like I played the New Year server, but I started as Hun, and then I just chiefed a lot of Spartan towns. I chiefed like 10 of them, and then I was building shieldmen and then the horses. I don't know what they're called. I don't think their unit stats are in here, right? No. I don't know, the golden fighters on the horses, like the defensive horses they make, and they're great. They're great. I wasn't in that many defensive battles at all, but the defensive value on them is insane. So probably a good defensive race to play. Okay, Challenger. Yeah, yeah. So again, it's time consuming and commitment. So 5-minute intervals should help you out. Any idea how often they do gold discounts and how big they are? We plan on stocking up on discounted gold. Not sure if the current promotion is a good deal. This is a good deal. You should go for this. Just buy whatever packages you feel you should need. Sometimes they do the 30% as well. That's mainly some Fridays or stuff like that, but you might risk on this server that there won't be a gold promo again before after artifacts, something like that, a week after artifacts or something. Or there might not even be another gold promotion. So I think this is as good as it gets, to be honest. So try and account for how much you expect to need. Would it be okay to tell us if you're planning to play the upcoming X10 or not, even one day before the server starts? Yeah, sure. I'll let you guys know. We just need to figure out, yeah, everything. So, and there's still some time until it's on the 8th or something, right? So, but in that case, like, I had another guy contact me yesterday too, and from an old alley and stuff like that. So I don't know what we should do, if he should just build his own alley and then I'll build this one where you guys are in it, and then we'll keep 2 separate alliances or something. And I would prefer, if I'm gonna play with you guys, I would prefer if we go like countryside, like super boonies, like you know, guys, when I was looking at that 125% cropper in the beginning, you know, at in the middle of fucking nowhere, you know, out here. I would do that on X10, and then we just settle out here, and everybody can grab whatever they want, you know, additional 125% or even regular towns and stuff like that. And then we could just chill in the outskirts, and then we could do some joint ops in the end, or you know, just chill on the server, you know. And then I would maybe stick to fighting more on this server, and then we could just show some boonies simming and stuff like that on the other server. But again, that means I suddenly play 2 servers, and I'm not sure if that is high enough value for the audience here, or if it's too much, or you know, just so that's a lot of the things running around in my head. Also, I'm not sure if I have the energy for it, but at least then I would be playing a lot of Travian the next 2 months or so, and that could also be nice. So it would be a lot of content. So I'm still thinking it over. Sorry, but I'll let you know, that's for sure. And thanks, Grandmeisters. I try. Somewhat. Oh, you can see we have some crazy production here, like we took a 50% for it, so I think we'll just then add 5 and 4 and 1 and even out the rest, and we can almost put on that level 10, right? Yeah, it fits quite decently. We can even start pushing a little bit of the crop away to the capital, just to get rid of it. It's also starting to stack up a lot. I think I'm just gonna put on that level 9 and then
when the crop lands, we can. Oh damn, we can already just put on the level 10. Yep, no problem. We'll take that. Thank you very much. And then Bamba comes on like, nah, 2 servers is too much, right? You know, it's, you know, yeah, it's a little, everything is just unsure, and but I don't think it would be too much. Again, if we're just simming in boonies on the other one, but then it's just me bouncing around on 2 accounts, simming, or even if I'm sitting more accounts, I'll just be all over the place, and I'm not sure if people can even follow that. So, and oh, for me, nah, I'll be fine. It's more, it would hurt Nick, I think. He can't stop. So I think he had a 24-hour shift Saturday, Sunday, like while I was doing the food banners and the duck banners and stuff, you know. So I don't know. I'll survive, I guess. But sometimes I'm also sitting here like there's not that much to do currently. I'm also thinking about playing some HOTS or something with you guys, just in between sending farm lists. Because soon, yeah, we're just working on those big parties. Like this is missing, yeah, roughly 50k. So yeah, we should just auto-complete this because that's 6 hours. We would complete that anyways, so we can spend the time. I think just simming some granaries, to be honest, and some barrack, and then we get some extra juicy stuff there. I think we're starting to have, yeah, now we already got 40,000 here. But I'm not gonna dump that into the capital. I'd rather do that on the spawn when we need it here. Hero is also gonna do another big hit soon. So yeah, right, Bamba. But right now I have the time for it. When you were playing with your Mac, was it laggy overall, or is your YouTube just showing videos lagging than they laggier than they actually were? No. Like I was running when I was streaming on the Mac, it just ate all of my RAMs, every single little bit, and that just forced my browser to lag, and everything was just lagging all over the place. So it was a terrible gaming experience for me overall. So I was about to go nuts, but now it's super smooth. I also invested into 64 gigabytes of RAM into this new machine, just to be able to be. I'm not gonna have those kind of problems anymore. Fuck everything. So yeah, now it's really sweet. So no, it's not the videos that are anything wrong with. It was just my equipment that was totally horseshit. Like, let me see if I can find some pictures for you guys. Like, I can always just drop it into the server spam. Yeah, so this was my old setup, and then yeah, this is my new setup. You can check it in the Discord. So it's a fairly nice upgrade. But the old stuff I had was quite shit when it came to performing even the simplest tasks. So So yeah, and I see Nick is spamming small Sue, me and old duel at Warlords did put plus 30. No. Yeah, okay. Nick's talking about old servers. He remembers all the old servers way better than I do, by the way. But yeah, that was the cheap old days. Can we send the farm list? Yes, we can. And just waiting for that residence to be put on. So and then it'll take, what, 3 hours after that. So around 8, 9 tonight, we can settle or have settled. And then, so we just need to figure out where we want to go. Me and Nick here a little later on. Again, we could take something like this to make another supporter, but it could probably be better to actually place down the Hammer Town, simply because then we could start building units and start raiding properly. And then we have some offensive units to control the area, and then Cap can start building phalanx, and then we should be a little bit better off. You thought it was YouTube lacking? No, shit, it's just my crappy equipment. But even if you're gonna wait for the 3x to end and we all join next one, that's also a possibility, Kobe. I'm just not sure about how much time I'll have at that point to be streaming. So it's just right now I have the time. So I don't mind going even deeper all in. It just depends on how many like the content and if we should go super crazy with it. Again, you guys are already pretty much into both servers, so you know we don't have to commit. We can just kind of shut down on this one, and then we'll just build like 10 towns, and then we'll just hammer and kill and just rebuild the hammer and just keep going again. You know, like just use this as a troll trash server, and then we can have some more fun in the X10. So I'll keep providing content here, but you know everybody can have fun everywhere. But we're still thinking about it, and it's mainly because Summer is the night duel, and I need to find out if she's interested in it at all. She had a rough weekend, partying with the family, so me and Nick had a long weekend also. So yeah, so we'll figure it out. Are you gonna do swords and TTs or sword or Hudens? I'm gonna do swords and TTs. So with the amount of units we can push out here in the early game, it's not gonna be a problem having that lesser damage value, and I just want the TTs for the rating. Hey Dukin, don't play finals. There's too much teching, and I think I would be bored on a server like that. I like being able to micro raid and have fun. Finals are a little bit more square, so to speak. And I've never really enjoyed it per se. So I just like chilling. What's the idea? You the stream consistency, so you don't need to burn yourself out doing 2 servers at the same time. Yeah. No, but the thing is, it's still just the amount of stream time in general, and that doesn't matter if it's 2 or more servers. But yeah, I do have some issues that the game just keeps running when I'm off stream, so it does give some extra challenges, but that would just force me to just sit here and stream more, I think. But yeah. But I would enjoy X10 more than I would enjoy this one currently. But it's fun. Like I like it. For me, it's just also test playing Gaul again. I haven't played it in years, so entertaining for me at least. Why not one TT Ghost Hammer and what sword Huden Hammer?
I wouldn't be able to play the 10x without 1 or 2 duels. Yeah. But again, do my duels want to play 2 servers? Summer is already on another server. It's gonna end today, I think, or something like that, or in a couple of days. So maybe it's not an issue, but we'll see. Why not one TT Ghost Hammer? Well, we are building a TT Ghost Hammer here in the spawn. But I don't mind that being for the main hammer as well. Usually we also build multiple hammers, so I would just be 1 hammer there, and then we can always build the 3rd hammer with the Hudens, maybe also with 3 chiefs, and we would have 3 chiefs in both of them. But yeah, that would be better to build Huden, but I just wanna chill raid and have some fun, so TTs it is. 50% crop or a 25-25 crop for a spawner first village or first oasis, that is really up to you, man. The best you can do is as we do and take those 50%, because even though this is a 7C or a 6C, then the value creation of the oasis on top of it is higher value. Like, it stacks on 7 fields instead of 4 fields, so it would provide you more income, but I would suggest, like, you're low gold and all that stuff, right? So I would just take a 50-50 if it provides, if that other resource provides you any specific value to your race. That 50% doesn't necessarily need to be contested. I don't know if there's any croppers in your vicinity or whatever, but usually the one who gets it first gets to keep it, I would say. Simming. Need to NPC there in a bit. I have like 7 croppers around me. Oh. Then they might contest whatever you pick, but yeah. But take the one that provides the most value for you. So again, do you need more clay in your building here in the early game? Then take the clay and crop one, if there is one. But again, if you were gonna do Anhugard, then maybe take one of the woods. 25% wood, 25% crop. That should help you spit out some horses. You're playing Egypt, right? I can't remember. Oh, no, okay. Okay, Roman, so iron crop would be good. Yeah, sure. That's fine. So hero is on the way still. Yeah, these long travel times. So slow and steady there. Where do I go with 3rd? Settler's cooking soon. Okay, Paige. Hang on. I would make it easy for yourself. There's not that many 446 towns, but that kind of sucks. But honestly, man, I would just settle around yourself. Like, don't worry about Oasis and all that stuff. As long as you got for the capital, that's good. But you know, you could grab like this one and then take the wood Oasis for it, or do something like that. You can also move further away if you want over here and claim some of this stuff, but honestly, I would just build around yourself here and then just mass out in the area. That's my recommendation. Again, you're low gold, low travel times, low everything, so that should keep it a little slow and steady. Also easier for you when simming up. Missing 26,000 for that party. We have capacity for it. So we're just gonna wait for that to fill up. I would also recommend everybody, like it starts like this, I would recommend putting it to your warehouse and then set the tab to log into warehouse, so every time you go to resources you just get the percentage overview. So we'll overflow here in 36 minutes. So we can just chill, you guys. 59 minutes. Yeah, we could wait 59 minutes and then we can complete large party, use the hero resources and whatnot, and then we're good. Then we got both parties going, and then we have enough CP to settle. So it's all dependent on the residents coming up and settlers being built. So we're a little slow, you guys, but you know it's casual. Yeah. So chilling times, guys. Oh, you guys are writing a lot today. It's actually what I did a while back when I had capital on 15, see 150. The rest was just villages, 0 Oasis producing CPs and moving to the next village. Each village cost us 62 gold until it maxed out in production, with main building 20 in granary and storage. The rest is just manually developed. Yeah, it just makes you easy to rotate your defensive units in and out of the capital. It makes you able to sim up easily. It makes you able to send your leftover resources from the supporter to a greenery town or to your capital, so you can lower your NPC rate and stuff like that. It just makes your account more easily manageable. Of course you're missing out on some production, but honestly we're so many in this area around the cap that there won't be enough Oasis for all the supporters and stuff like that. So just making everything easy for yourself would be nice. I would prefer if some of these towns were a little bit better suited for Roman or if it was just 4 force for 6 towns, that would be easier to control resource wise. But but just being able to fast move resources into your capital to NPC there and then redistribute and whatnot that you need, it's more chill. Yeah, yeah. So that's probably the best thing for newbies to do, is to just get a cropper that you want and like, and then just settle around yourself and then just sit and sim and build things up. It's a lot more secure. Like, instead of us that goes all the way over there, and then we're thinking about what if we go there and then over here, and then suddenly, you would die unless you knew how the game worked. So so keep it simple. It sure helps a lot sometimes. But I think I'll try one of the new banners with a little short break, you guys, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Yo guys, I'm back. So No, I should put on the lights. Yeah, no, it's springtime. We should get some sun to our faces and enjoy life. And here we're still waiting for that party. 15,000 now. So very soon we're ready. So I could just put on another level to sim here. And then should I would love to even these out so we put parties on both places at the same time, but I feel like we'll be missing some resources here no matter what we do. Well, I could click the farm list sooner. Yeah, it's 10 minutes timer now. And then, yeah, let's just figure out how much it is. We can take that, no problem. That also helps towards the... Is there any other tasks? No, we're not really that close to any rewards. Spawn is getting close to a lot of different stuff, but yeah, we could get the barracks to 7. Yeah, it doesn't give a lot. But let's see what we're missing. We're missing 63,000 and we have 60 here. We actually have enough. I think the hero is also... No, hero just hit, that's why we have so much. So we can just dump all that into spawn. And then we can build that party. But maybe we'll just wait a few minutes, because then we can do this one at the same time. That's 16,000, that's 15-20 minutes or so. Hey Kokap, could you for a brief moment show us the death report? Yes, I showed it earlier, but it's an archive now. But it's just a baby hammer, you know, Merc mainly. No ramps, no nothing, just a random hammer here in the beginning, and this guy has been cut-eyeing him a lot, so we just took him in and sent all our defense over. We lost most of it, but it gave a level to the hero, and we're starting defensive building today anyways. So yeah, you're welcome, kinda, suspect. We got him. So no worries. It was good. It's good to get some fighting. There's nothing better than dead units in the morning. You're welcome. And I also didn't like, he sent some follow-up waves, but you know, it wouldn't even have done any damage. I said that to kind of sus as well. He could just have made a stone mason and this wouldn't have done anything. But it's good killing the units, and again, these have more death power than off power, so it's kind of hard to counter. That would also cost some units, so and even sending hero only into it would also not really be that easy to kill. Like, we can try and calculate it real quick. Like, let's say defending Hun 1,000 with wall with a hero. Let's say he has 30 points in strength or something, and he might even have a weapon and stuff like that, but countering that with just a hero only on attack, like, we kill 51, right? Like, it's not a good counter. Spending, we had 150 TTs in our cap, like, that wouldn't kill it either. So the best thing we could do is actually just def it out and then get rid of it, and then those units are gone in the area. So I think it was a good trade. So yeah, so that's kind of some of the thinkings behind why we did what we did. I think there are more scary. Like, we're just gonna deactivate that. Looks like he started building some defense and might be annoying all day. We can scout him later and check him out and see what's up on that farm. But yeah, we definitely needed more units if we were to counter that. And so yeah, pretty good. And yeah, losing the phalanx just gave us more production. The only problem is this guy next to our capital. But again, we can just get perm def over and help out, support the capital and page, and then we're good. Then he can't really do anything when he comes out of BP. So, and that'll be sometime tonight. That's why I'm also just slowly building up these barracks in spawn and capital, and then we can make some more defense. So that was the plan anyways, so you know, it's all good. My server started 10 minutes ago. Hopefully we don't play versus Natars. Blood. Okay, yeah. I guess so. Few players on a server sometimes that you're just playing against the environment. I guess that's kind of sad. But good luck with the server, man, and we hope to see some more reports from you in the area. I think I still gave you some targets, so we still have some stuff to do. And here we can get the residence 10, and we're just waiting on that party. 11,000. Maybe Hero can just hit something close by and then we'll have enough. But yeah, there's nothing. Jesus. So yeah, we would have to hit some crop real fast. Yeah, sorry, I'm Bjagada. Yeah, I was a little I couldn't help myself. It's just Holmes has been writing me in private asking if we should play that X10, and I'm like, I'm just trolling him. So yeah, but that's not the content for the stream. It's a little bit too inappropriate, I think. Nah, 181. Yeah, so slow and steady, guys. We're also slowly falling out of top 10, right? That's why I kind of want to build a hammer now and start some more TT rating, just to be able to keep up with the boys. Some people are too fast for me, you know. I noticed he came up into top 10 just before the end of the week, yeah. Well, he's settling all over the place. Okay. But that's not even, oh, maybe it is his spawn, and then he settled this as a random satellite next to all these people. This is 125%. Noobs, P, R60N, and Rogue. So 4 different alliances right here. Or whatever they are. So yeah, who knows what's going on there? That's some weird stuff. And then he decided to move away from there. And then he took another satellite, I guess. Big stick. No. So then he said, okay, it's too much over there. I guess I'll go over and fight this Egyptian instead. Oh my god. What a weird guy. Oh well, good luck with that.
That's not gonna go well for him. Then we can just send the farm list. Hoodly hoot. Now we're down to 7,000. So soon those parties, and then we can put on the settlers, and then we're back to pretty much just building cap fields. Like until we settle the next town, we're just gonna keep making cap fields. That'll be around 21 tonight, I think. 8, 9-ish for the time there. So we have like 6 hours to complete them. They cost what? Pretty much our hourly production, but then you can stack up, one also boosting into it. So that would mean we can do one field every 45 minutes or something like that. So in 4 or 5 hours we can do at least half of the 12s, I think. Yeah, he is screaming something, Kobe, that's for sure. Desperation, I would say, but that's why it's, I don't know, good to just make sure you get your cropper in the beginning, and then you can do whatever you want afterwards instead of overdoing some stuff. None of these guys, these Phoenix guys, are not even building up their production, right? They're just raiding as hard as they can. Nautigil is gonna... Why is he so low in population? Account griefed, everything deleted, troops sent for walls, all gold used. Wow. Okay. So apparently, I don't know, it just looks like they got a ban or something. And then they lost population. Those guys have been on here on the stream as well a couple of times. But let's, yeah. I'm not gonna set up the server right now. I don't even think there is an, what are we playing this one? International 31. 2022, but it's 2023 right now, right? Yeah, I don't think there's a GT server up just yet. Yeah, it's a... No. Is it this server? No. No, this is something else. So yeah, server's not up yet, but it looks like they kind of had a ban or something. But who knows? It looks like 50%, 60% pop reduction or something crazy. But yeah. Well, too bad. $2,000 left. We haven't managed to collect and buy a lot of cages though. Mm. I'll just be trolls and raise some bits. Hmm. Almost there, you guys. Well, that was too bad. Those guys are gonna delete. Didn't they have a cropper? No, they were gonna chief a cropper next to one of their towns, I think. That's a satellite too, right? You know, that's a good satellite. Yeah, I think plan was for them to chief this one from that rogue guy. But again, just 100%. Nothing fancy. But I guess they tilted. So what else is going on? Oh, 3 hours already went by, guys. I don't know what much more there is to say today. Like, again, we're just going to be working on those fields until we can start simming the next town. Again, pretty normal on a new town that we push up is just getting some capacity up, and then we can easily fill it and sit and sim. So we'll be doing that later, but right now it's a little bit more relaxed. Again, we just keep pumping TTs. They come out at a reasonable fashion now. Let's get those parties on. Oh yeah. So they give 994 culture points compared to 250. And 8, 16, 24, like you would get 750 culture points if you did a lot of the small ones. At the same time you do the great ones in comparison. So it's better to do great parties no matter what. So, and then we just need one more. Boom. Easy. And then we can go check our CP rank, but I think it updates here in 4 minutes or so. I'm not really sure how the CP here triggers, but okay, maybe it already did. Like game world 15 in our production value and then 34 overall. That probably makes sense. Yeah, like we're one of the bigger pub players with only 3 towns. Rest is usually, yeah, around 4. You also have a lot in top 20 to 40 with 4 towns. So but again, we're just building up our supporters a little bit more intensively. But again, cap will come up a little bit more this evening. So that's a great benefit at least. That's why I deactivated it. She just keeps building stuff, and yeah, just turn it off as soon as you spot it. Yeah, we could just send the farm list again. So steady clicking, guys. So now we did the parties, so now we can focus on getting that barrack up, and also keep running the thunders. capital. I would just save up resources so we can make fields. And then every time we're just waiting for resources, we can leave a little bit of resources so we can build those barrack levels. Maybe get it to 15, 16 or something like that, and then we can keep building a little bit of units. We won't be building units in this one, I think. So just gonna get it up to 10, put on settlers, and then we'll start working on the marketplace. Just get that to like 13 or something like that, and then we can start shipping all the resources out of it into the capital to help work on boosting the 12s. So pretty straightforward, guys, just slow and steady, simple development there, and then of course just keep those phalanx in production more or less. Just to recuperate our losses from earlier, so we're ready to fight here in the night. And then we're gonna be setting some death walls later on, I think, and just, you know, this game is 90% about just preparing to send your hammer at the right time at the specific locations, or timing with people in, or just pre-building your death walls. Like, never go into fighting with somebody and then get countered afterwards. Just prepare for it. Simca, it's pretty slow, man. Like, we're just rank 7 here. That's why we're thinking about building another hammer and just start more raiding, because right now it's pretty much just a spawn raiding all of this for us, and then whatever hero hits that we do. Hero's back in 5 minutes, so it's pretty chill, but you know, still doing some animal cruelty to some extent. And then yeah, we got the top 10 defender. Just killed a hammer here earlier. No, he command Mento. A teammate got hit, so we just decided to defend, right? So it was just a random bad hammer, but we took the fight anyways. I was a decent trade resource wise, but we lost a little too many units, but that was kind of expected. I actually expected him to be cleaning us, so this was a lot smaller than I anticipated. There should be another 250 stabber here or something. So so yeah, we took that fight. Hero got a level up, so you know, it was a fine trade, so to speak. And that just meant that we suddenly got some more production, and we'll just remake those phalanx. But we should be out of top 10 again at the end of the week. But you know, always good with a little bit of fighting. So yeah, slow and steady now, guys. Like, parties are just running. I think here in 10 hours we'll have another big party and then put that on in BO1. We could also alternatively put on another small party, and that should pretty much even out to those parties, and then we have 3 big parties at the same time. What's the plan for the server? Any def for a couple of off villas? It's gonna be mainly defense, and then 1 main hammer. We're gonna be building TTs in the spawn just for the lulls. So, but mainly it's a hybrid. So I think we'll just place 1 def, 1 off hammer, and then all the other supporters will just be with 1 barrack, and then make phalanx. And then we might build another hammer. I don't know. We might also switch to the X10, right? That's what the people want. Ooh. I deactivated it, right? Yeah. Ooh. Could you not kill our units? Thank you very much. That also reminds me, damn, I should actually not be building on the barrack. Like, I think the plan was to get the academy up to 15. So after this level 7, this will trigger a reward. So after that, we'll get Hero Mention to 15. I think I'll just take down this workshop or the embassy. I don't think I'll need it anymore. And then we'll build a hospital.
that is quite what we need, because at least it would save half of these TTs. Not when they're trapped, but you know what I mean. Should lower our losses so we can keep raiding more. But yeah, plan is just to have one hammer and some defense. But then a lot of people here from the channel started making accounts and stuff like that. So now we have extra much defense in the long run, I think. So maybe we build more hammers. I don't know. But yeah, X10 could be fun. But I think if we played X10, we would go boonies. But we're still thinking it over if we're gonna double up on the servers, you know. We'll see. Oh guys, power napping time. Oh, I need to make myself a banner instead of a short break. You know, I'll put power napping, and then I can just, you know, lay back in the chair and then nap for a little bit. Oh, I can feel this is some risky business. Very risky. Yeah. Oh, guys, time to get back in the game. But 211. Yeah, we could pretty much send. Yeah, I know he commented like those sleeping streams where people get waken up with all sorts of weird stuff. You know, I hear that is somewhat funny. So that's also why I have my like my couch here behind me. So maybe someday I'll go for a nap while the stream is running. You know. And yeah, someday I'll be ghosted. But you know, people don't know if Summer is online in the middle of the night, my night duel. But you know, it's always the risk. But if you guys, I'll just leave it loading here. So if any of you, you know, spot red swords, you can just you know, follow or subscribe or whatever, and maybe I'll wake up. I'll just turn up my volume as loud as I can. So that's how I'll survive on my own as a night, you know, without night coverage. You know, it could work. Can we do anything? No, we should just at least send the hero. He has lots of life, right? Yeah, oh, no prob. This one is probably as close as we can get. 36 minutes. Good evening in the evening, Wolf. Welcome back. Any commenter is asking how many people in the alliance right now. I don't know. 7 deadly sins, so we should be 7, but we're only 5. So, you know, just random people chilling. Top 1 defender so far. How does the report look like? Oh, damn it. Every time a new person comes in here on the stream, it's like, so that report there, you know, it's just this one. Just casually fighting some mercenaries. But decent trade. So yeah, don't worry about it, Wolf. It's fine. It's understandable. Yeah, it's a decent trade. Like, I would prefer not to have defended. Like, you know, so we could get more phalanx, so our wall would be stronger and we would have fewer losses. But just getting rid of those mercenaries, you know, that's fine. Then they don't suddenly hit my capital. So I like it, and it gave us some action there in the morning. So entertaining. But otherwise, yeah, just raiding and simming. We're mainly simming, to be honest. So just growing, slow and steady. Maybe I should
just send away a little bit of the crap. So, oh yeah, this is completed. The only thing missing is the last levels on the bakery, but we're gonna leave that at 3 here for a while. It's better to invest into some other things. So so we'll start pumping, like just getting those settlers here, and then we can run the market to 13, and then we can pump over to the capital so we can make these level 12 fields. So very slow and steady today for the rest of the day, to be honest, until we can start simming in the evening. So just chill stuff. I hope you guys had a good day at work and have done some good stuff for society. Otherwise, if you haven't, that's all good. Then you're just like me, robbing people all day long. But yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, guys, like if I should stop the stream and then have some dinner, and then I could be back in the evening, and then I can show you how we sim up these new towns. Then Nick doesn't have to do that this evening, and then I can just sit and grind that and do everything that's needed for it. Oh, Wolf, don't worry about it. Stop raiding, go back to simming. You know, relax. Enjoy life. What else do we have? Yeah. Let's get that academy up to 15. I just started the stream super early today so we could get in that attack. I'm just wanted to chill on that with you guys. We'll see. You know, I'm just waiting for BP to end, to be honest. Oh, you're still that early in the game? Holy moly. Yeah. Well, no stress. Do you know where you want to settle, or do you need suggestions, or maybe this one? I don't know. I can take 3 Oasis. I don't even know what race you are. I'm out of BP, but the player who extended. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, okay, I see. But I presume you got a plan, so all good. Capital here, I should just be working on that. Barrack, slow and steady. Alternatively, just on the granaries, but I think better to keep that simming. How much is needed? Oh, we naturally got enough. So we can sim that up. Put on some more phalanx later. Hero was launched. So slow and steady, guys. So I think for my own sanity, I'm gonna turn off the stream for maybe 3 hours or something like that, and then I'll be back at 20 tonight, and then we could hang out for like 4 hours or something like that until midnight. And then we can do that simming and all that stuff, and I'll figure out with Nick if we're gonna settle that hammer now. Is there a reason why you have so many level 4 silos? No particular reason, but I mentioned it earlier in the stream, like this, I like doing this, you know, we have
like almost for 2 hours now in capacity. But as soon as you're like here at level 11, at least get that first silo to 20. You can also do it a lot sooner, of course, but being able to just put down all the granaries that we need, we should have enough space for 7 warehouses after this and a trade office. Then we're able to get fields to 18 or something like that, and then we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 granaries at least. That gives us from 560k capacity in the granary. So just starting to slow sim these up, so I don't have to spend gold on them. So at least simming them all the way up to 10, and then if we need to, we can spend the resources on or gold on auto completing after that. But this is just to put in the groundwork. So I love simming these small baby granaries. So again, we just need that stable to 10, mark it to 20, and then we can we can place the trade office, and then we can start tearing stable down, academy, smithy, all that stuff, hero mansion and palace in the end. But palace we're going to push to 15 first and stuff like that. That's why, like, you can always push the game granaries down, but the warehouses, they just come slow and steady in the game. Like, I already have this spot open for the next warehouse and stuff like that. We would need warehouse to 20, 2 of them, to be able to build the hero mansion to 20, right? So, you know, I just have the basics down. If I were Egypt, I would have 1 less granary here. It would be what's it called, waterworks probably. But or you could wait with the waterworks until later on with one of the others, or what, the last granary on granary there, and then you would take this down to make the next warehouses and stuff like that. So you can always rearrange stuff, but it's nice to get down. We can do the raid in. So we're just chill raiding, clicking once in a while, and holy moly, the crop production is pretty crazy compared to our capacity. So I should just keep sending it away, to be honest. Move it to that capital. Still haven't gotten used to the new market. Yeah. So yeah. I also need some evening dinner and stuff like that. It looks kind of weird for sure. Well, different at least. Okay, I get that. But I don't know. There's no difference really in building all these small levels up. That also gives some decent CP generation. And then there's no difference between this and then getting one of these up to like 10, 11 as it is now, like comparatively in capacity. And then, so I don't build them this one to 20, and this one to 20, and then this one to 20. It lowers consumption of gold, and it doesn't really matter what you do. And it's nice to always have something like you can, we have this we need to finish, autocomplete this level 20. Oh, okay, we have a level 10 granary here that we can upgrade to 11 at the same time. Not that costly, but would give some CP, and we would get some value from the gold. So that's why I like having them at different levels sometimes also. But yeah, now when we don't have anything to do, of course we're doing the barracks smaller levels, but otherwise I'll switch over to simming these as the game progresses. And yeah, no point in having 10 open slots. And yeah, you can just spend the time, like now I put on the big parties. I was also simming a little bit on the granaries, mainly on the barrack, while we were waiting for resources for the town halls and stuff like that. So you can do the small stuff in between the big stuff sometimes, and then yeah, make it work. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I think I'll do a part 1 today. ending now, and then I'll be back a little later in the evening, around 8ish or something like that, and then we can hang out there. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and part 2 will be around, about 8ish, 9 or 7 server time, I think. Oh, hi Fizzy, and goodbye Fizzy. So, but yeah, thanks for dropping in, guys. I'll see you soon.